Good day. I want to talk about the guitar amplifier and see if I could unravel some of the mysteries behind a guitar amplifier, because a lot of guitarists believing it's something special, and because the name guitar amplifier is attached to it, it was made specially for a guitar amplifier. And a guitar amplifier is a generic amplifier. There's nothing special about it. And I hear some musician believing that you get special tones from a guitar amplifier. So let me just go through the different sections of a guitar amplifier. With this particular guitar amplifier, I designed it with a balanced input XLR input stage where you can plug a microphone, you could plug a turntable, you could plug just about any audio device. And I'm going through this operational amplifier that you can get on the market, and this is the part number for it, OPA 2652U, which is a dual operational amplifier. The price for it is about $2.50 something cents. And moving on to what you call the voltage floor stage, going through this volume control for the input circuit to the preamplifier, which is a 12AX7, as what you'll find in all the guitar amplifiers, through this tone control circuit, a very generic tone control circuit that you're going to find in your component set, your car stereos, what those amplifiers that Iron Tubbies used to build back then. This is very generic. Follow through this next 12AX7, or half of the 12AX7, which is the output of this tone control circuit. Follow through this master output volume control into the phase inverter stage. And what the phase inverter stage does, it supplies a positive and a negative voltage. The positive voltage is coming off the plate of this 12AX7, and the negative cycle is coming off the cathode of this 12AX7, coupled with these two DC blocking capacitor that it blocks the DC voltage through these resistors on a bias stage, a bias stage. And you have what is this? Let's see the value of this. This is a 220 ohms resistor. This is a data sheet for it, for this 220 ohms resistor, supplying the screen grid with a positive voltage, along with a 10 ohms resistor on the cathode, followed through to the output transformer. With a tube amplifier, you just have to keep paralleling up the output stage. You would connect all plates to plate, all screen grid to screen grid, and all control grid to control grid. So if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as much KT88 on the positive and the negative side, then you'll increase the output power of the amplifier. You'd increase it. You just have to make sure that your power supply have enough current and voltage to supply all these output tubes. And again, you have the filament wired up. All this is generic. It's wired up, which uses a 6.3 volts, and that's it. Nothing special about a guitar amplifier. You'll see this circuit configuration in 90% of the guitar amplifiers. So let's check out this tone control. Right now it's at flat 50%. This right here is the bass. As I say, this bass and treble circuit is what you find in the amplifiers and Tub has been building. This is a basic configuration. So let's do a sweep analysis and let's see what happens. So right now it's at flat, and when we run the analysis, you get pretty much a flat line with a couple dB at the 20 and the 20,000 cycles. So let's boost the bass, the low frequency, and see what happens. So I turn the bass all the way up, and what you're going to find, you're going to get a boost in the low frequency. And again, a guitar amplifier, this type of circuit is a first order filter circuit. So the boost and cut, managed to get 7 dB out of it, but typically that's the boost and cut within a first order filter. Now let's do the opposite, where I'm going to take away the bass, and look what happened. Then you find the bass frequency it went down minus 7 dB at 50 Hertz. Alright, so let's set back this flat 50%, and let's do the opposite with a treble. You have a rise in high frequency. So your 5K and all of that here, you have a boost in it, right? But again, the maximum you can do is, because the first order filter is 7 dB. Let's do the bass and look on the shape that we're going to have. Right, so you're going to have this kind of a happy smile. Alright, and again, this tone control section here is generic to all the guitar amplifiers, or the amplifiers like what you see and Tub is going to build. So again, this is nothing special about a guitar amplifier. And what I do recommend, or what I do, I go straight through a direct box into the console. Why? Well, first of all, the EQ section of a console, especially the new digital console, some of them you can boost and cut up to 24 dB, and you have a wide range of different frequency selection. Meanwhile, a guitar amplifier it's fixed. You can't adjust the Q. You can only go a little bit more bass, a little bit more treble. And if you want a distortion, just go through a pedal. You don't need an amplifier in today's world to do that. Back in the 50s and the 60s, the guitar amplifier was the PA system. So again, there's nothing special about a guitar amplifier. These amplifiers are very generic. Yeah, but output stage. Back in the days when we're building like 12 KT88, we had a little more, added a little more, because we're having more output tube that we need to have a more current. So this is the input preamp stage going through the phase inverter, but we're using these 6L7 GT to boost the current, because we have more output tubes that going to demand more current. That's it with these guitar amplifiers. Nothing special. Very, very generic. The industry kind of push these guitar amplifiers and musicians, because you see, it's a $1 billion industry, and a lot of guitar amplifiers companies are going out of business, especially for vacuum tubes. There's nothing magical. It serves a purpose. If you're at home and you want to practice, you're playing in a subway, sometimes you're going to play into a nightclub, they don't really have a PA system and so forth. But I personally don't use guitar amplifiers on stage because of the problems that they present. Because with a guitar amplifier, you find some of these guitarists, they turn up the guitar so loud, and the engineer that's doing the front of house mix cannot tell what's coming from the house from off stage. And as a result, when you take the recording home to play it, you wondering where's the guitar. Well, the reason why you're not hearing the guitar because the guitar is presenting a false image to the mix engineer, and when you go home, because the guitar was so loud, he didn't put the proper portion in the house. So when you go home, you're going to find it's less. Nothing special about a guitar amplifier. This is the printed circuit board of the guitar amplifier that I just showed you. This one was designed for 12 kT format. For 6 kT, you have the positive side and negative side. You have that 6SN7 along with a 12AX7 that drive these two. And this is it. Very, very, very generic. Most audio amplifiers, just like all cars, they have certain generic things in common, like all cars have tires. Right? With these amplifiers, the output stage is very generic. They're set up in a push-pull manner, a push-pull configuration. So again, I hope this concludes this mystery that these musicians have about a guitar amplifier. It's something special. And I know some big-time musician trying to convince them that there is nothing special about a guitar amplifier. It's like trying to take a baby from his mother's breast, and they swear up and down. I know some very famous ones. I won't call any names here, but they need to get to the modern times and realize that there is nothing special about a guitar amplifier. Good day, everybody.